what you want to say, man, but this is Ty Talks. I'm your host, Tyran Daves, and I'll be breaking down some topics in the world of sports, debates, hot takes, and all the moments to keep the game talking. Remember, like, share, subscribe to Ty Talks Podcast 1. All right, guys, I got a positive person from the community, somebody that radio hosts, celebrity hosts, all different types of things. He probably an entrepreneur. He probably did everything. Got Chewy here, man.
What's up, man?
What's up, Brody?
Chilling, brother. You good?
Yes, sir. So, how did you get into this radio host and stuff?
How I get into radio? That's interesting. I got into radio because I was doing house parties. And I was doing house parties. I was doing like 300 people in like a 3-bedroom apartment in a cul-de-sac called Sharon Lakes on the south side of Charlotte. And eventually I have an uncle who's best friends with a lot of people. And one of his best friends was a gentleman that owned a club called 935. Okay. I finished up my last 2 years of high school here. Okay. And then I went to Johnson & Wales.
Same.
Yeah. And then my mom worked at John C. Smith, so I would always be up there. I wound up hosting the basketball games, the football games, and then I started hosting parties.
Same.
And while I was doing 935, they were on some like, oh man, you have influence, you could talk, like, the radio station had just opened up because for years it was only like one station. And that being Power 98. And they gave me the opportunity. I sat with Mehdi and Johnny KD, and they kind of taught me everything on radio, like how to talk. Because a lot of people don't realize how you talk versus how you sound are two different things.
Definitely, bro. Still working on that myself.
Yeah.
Definitely, bro.
Talking from a diaphragm, not using pillow words, things of that nature. So that's kind of how it started. More organic approach. I didn't go to school for radio.
Wow. You said you went to Johnson & Wales, right?
Yeah.
I went there 2 years. I didn't graduate because I was in a whole lot of bullshit.
Yeah. Johnson & Wales seems to be that trait with everybody. Like, hey, you're not going to finish in 4 years. If you do, it's because somebody's on Adderall or Concerta or one of those.
It's such a distraction. For me, I'm from this little small, you know what I'm saying? I was born in Newark, New Jersey. My family moved to Virginia.
What part of Newark? Do you even know, or you left
Chancellor
before?
Ave.
Oh, yeah. We used to beat them up in basketball. What? Chancellor Ave Middle School, we used to play at the Boys and Girls Club.
And all my family on Irvington, too, so, yeah.
Yeah, that Dodge Street is dangerous up there.
Yeah, what? Grove Street.
Dodge Street go through Newark, EO, and Irvington.
It was.
Yeah, all the gangs on one block. But if you from Newark, the gangs were everywhere. Especially back then. It's not as bad now, but
it's just a lot of YNs hard-headed.
Yeah, for sure.
It ain't like So who's a lot of people that you interview? Who's like some people you interviewed?
Some people?
I know you done interviewed a lot of people. But
I've interviewed almost everybody. 50 Cent from the old school New York, 50 Cent. Jadakiss, the list goes on and on. Even down south, I've done interviewed T.I., Kevin Gates. It was a time they were about to fight in the studio.
Damn.
that I never released the footage on, but years later.
You probably still got the footage.
Yeah. But it was requested from one of the camps for me not to put it out, and I honored it because, he's the king of the South.
Facts. So how you know Stephen Curry?
How do I know him? More so, we grew up, and really my relationship is more so with Seth.
Okay.
Seth and I played t-ball, soccer, and basketball together.
Dang.
For a smooth 2.5, 3 years, maybe a little bit longer. And then I wound up moving up to Jersey. And then coming back, and we still always kept our friendship the same. Little baby sister, Sadell, one of the most sweetest people in the world. So,
facts, bro. You think he's the second greatest point guard ever, or the first greatest point guard ever? First.
Who do you think is the first?
Magic.
No, Magic played off oppositions.
Okay. So you don't got him as a point guard, though?
No. Magic played off oppositions. He was a utility player.
Okay. So you don't...
Like, what is your definition of a point guard?
I mean, he get everybody involved. He literally changed Kareem's career.
I agree, but we talking about someone who has, that we have all witnessed, changed the sport in a whole.
You're right. He don't go no lower than second, though, for me, though.
Agree. I think that's like a generational topic, you know, because basketball is not, the game of basketball is not what it once was, and it's not what it is today. The game has evolved in so many facets and capacities.
So you think they more skilled now or less skilled?
Fundamentals got better, so I think they're better now. And I even think the OGs would say that they're better now because of how they take care of their body. You know, when you start looking at nutritionists and dietaries and all of those things all involved, so.
Brian lasting, 23 years?
Exactly, like that in the old school days. And we're talking about playing 82 games out the year. So we're not even talking about the whole however many games they were doing. You get what I'm saying?
Facts, bro. So,
but was Magic one of the greatest? Absolutely.
Definitely. I feel you, though. I understand why you go with Steph. It's 1-2, definitely, for sure. But the Hornets. You see the Hornets right now. They locked in. They about to make the playoffs, man.
I called that out last year.
They the 5th seed now, right?
I think they're fighting for 6. I think they're 5 games over 600 right now.
Yeah, with Atlanta. I think Atlanta's probably. But what you think was the difference to make them click all of a sudden? Like,
they're healthy. They would have been good last year.
Yeah, Brandon Miller and LaMelo could not stay healthy.
But this year we're healthy. I think the chemistry, having Khan on the court, it creates separation for when, you know, you got players like Miles. He's able to hit a back door for an alley-oop, or he's able to float around somewhere. We have a big man that knows how to move his feet and get from out of the paint, create more of a synergy. I think when we had Cody and Caleb Martin, they weren't as a weapon as Con Knipple is. Like, they weren't as consistent. So
Con, I think, 50, 40, 90, this his rookie season.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But he's also in a great system.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, he's in a system that fits his game that was needed, because if you had put Con on a dribbling heavy team like the Knicks, he may not get the ball as much, because Giannis has got to dribble at minimum 10 seconds of that 24-second shot clock.
So he's the X factor.
100%. I think they're all X factors. I don't think anybody is better than the other. I think everybody's great at their role that they need to play. LaMelo has been, I think his attitude, his maturity has started kicking. I think on court when you see it, because his style of play is so unique, it's uncomparable. However, the Hornets are what we needed them to be, a young, lucid team that we have different parameters we could beat you at.
Facts, bro. Yeah, they changed everything this year. I don't know what it is.
It's healthy. Yeah. They're healthy.
Brandon Miller and LaMelo finally healthy. He said it.
Yeah, shout out to my brother BM, man. That's my dog, B-Mill.
Facts. He remind me of Paul George, low-key.
I can see that comparison.
So how far you think they're gonna go in the
Man, truth be told, they can run it.
I think so too.
I've been saying it the whole time. They can run it. They could get all the way to the finals, because you're talking about going against Miami. I think they could beat them. Clearly, we dominated the Knicks last night.
Yesterday, I was like,
you know. So, but also the Knicks are coming off of. See, this is what people fail to realize. The Knicks are coming off of a day of travel. You know, off of a big game, off of the Pelicans. Like, you know, I really be in tune to it. Yeah. Like, our real challenges got to be Boston. I think our biggest challenges in Hornets is Boston, Knicks, Miami a little. I just think we're more sounded of a team than Miami. I think Milwaukee's out of it. Indiana's out of it. Toronto's out of it.
Yeah, they all, like, decline as the season went.
Yeah.
Like, especially the Pistons now with Cade out.
Yeah, I think now that Cade's out, that gives us more of an avenue. I think we really should be third seed by the time the season's over.
Man, I don't know. It's crazy, bro. Who you think win Rookie of the Year, Khan or Flag?
I'm going to go with Khan.
I feel like the NBA going to try to do some
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. They did that with Grant Hill and whatchamacallit.
Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So who your favorite player? Who you grew up to? Like,
Who I grew up to? Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd? Okay. Is it because you from Newark?
What people don't realize is that I was actually the spokesperson for the NBA Read to Achieve. It's now called the Junior NBA, but prior to that, it was NBA Read to Achieve. I grew up in the same Boys and Girls Club of Shaquille O'Neal at Whiteside Boys and Girls Club. So anytime they did like a community engagement, I was always the person that the Nets relied on to do like public speaking. I remember meeting Willis Reed and him planting the seed in my head saying that, how you dress is how people treat you. First impressions last a lifetime. You get what I'm saying? So just small stuff like that has always stuck in my head. But Jason Kidd was always the pillar, just seeing how he commanded the court. He wasn't that much of a good shooter.
Yeah.
But he knew how to make the game fun as far as rolling the ball down the court for a bowling pass or, just getting his team involved. I really respected it.
So what's your relationship with Hassan Whiteside?
Man, that's my brother. Hassan is one of those that has been through so much, publicly and personally. A lot of things he internalized. And when I'm in Miami, I got a room in his house. His son is my nephew, one of the most biggest and best hearts in the world. And it's crazy because we were scheduled to do a podcast. Okay. We did all the paperwork. We were scheduled to do it. And then all of a sudden, you know how it is when you know your brother. And he still had that bug in him that he could still play ball. Okay. And I remember us sitting down in front of the pool at the table. And I was like, bro, if this is something you want to do, go do it. Like, forget the money. Show them you can still do it, and those were my words of encouragement to him. I know he gets it from everywhere else, but Hassan is definitely, and with us, it's not financial. They're like, a lot of my friendships are not financial based. When we go out and eat, if it's a regular bill, I'll be like, oh, I got it. But if it's like $6,000-$7,000, hey, big fella, you got it. You get what I'm saying? It was a funny time. We went to Vendome for his birthday. And the bill comes out, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm looking at everybody. We all put in there. Everybody looking at me like, I'm like, man, I don't want to put in. What's the bill, bro? It was like $10,000. I said, yeah, big fella, you got that. I'm going to pay for the Sprinter. How much the Sprinter? $600? Okay, I got the Sprinter. You get what I'm saying? Damn. But Hassan is definitely one of those. He cares. He taught my daughter where oysters were. And now she eats oysters nonstop. So, with Hassan, I really wish a lot of NBA league execs would see a different variation of who he once was. Hassan displayed, in my opinion, probably to the masses, displayed a lot of immaturity because what he was doing back then was unknown. He was the number one NBA player on social media. You get what I'm saying? Like, he was really like the first NBA player to take Snapchat over with like millions of followers, you know what I mean? Yeah. And, to this day, when we go out, people will say, talk about his fishes, so I wish him balling out in China, NBA league execs would see the maturity and see he still got it. The man's healthy, man. Like, take care of his body.
And I never understood because it's like he just faded out the NBA, even though he was actually, delivering.
Well, if you look at the stats, his last year prior to going to Utah, he was leading the NBA in rebounds and actually got a trophy for it. So how do you go in under 2 years from leading the NBA in rebounds to just being a nobody? You went to Utah and they didn't use you, and of course, it probably was the behind-the-scenes stuff. But it's like, come on, man, y'all, you're negating a talent that is clearly shown he's ready to be a veteran in the locker room. And I just hope he gets one more chance at it. Even if it's for a year or two, he still got it, in my opinion.
His Miami stint was elite.
For sure, but, you know, what comes with that is the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what really...
Same thing like Melo.
Yeah.
Same thing like Melo. So, Dababy, man, Dababy, how long you done seen him from here to here? So tell me about that, bro. Tell me about that.
Dababy and I, you know, we've been through a lot personally, entertainment-wise, and we fell out for years. And I think I just got to the point in my life that it was me. I let him down as a friend. You talking about someone that he'll stay the night at the crib, at the couch, bring food to the radio station, like would help me out when I couldn't get food or I couldn't afford or whatever. Like he'll be like, yo, bro, I got you. Like pull up, hang out. Even if his song wasn't getting played, we'll be in the clubs together. And I made a ill-advised mistake. As you will learn in this entertainment podcast world, is that, you know, you have loyalty to people.
Got you.
And when the situation unfolded, I did something that was disloyal that I didn't realize. I thought I was doing what's best for me. And sometimes I think looking back on it and even saying it now, what was best for me wasn't best for us. And I wasn't moving on the behalf of us. I was moving on behalf of what's best for me. And, you know, I think it was more so just hurt that I never understood. I'm like, yo, man, you already straight. I'm still trying to make it. And, you know, I put my career before my friendship. We recently had a talk, and we hadn't talked in years. And we had a positive talk where, you know, after someone else and a couple of other people had brought it to me, explaining his point of view, because I never asked. I apologized to him like a man. You know, I remember sitting there coming up with different names instead of Baby Jesus. You know, what was going to be to change the name. And, you know, his marketing side has always been there. Like, you know, you could pull up old interviews with Rollo, and that was one of, like, his first 1 million views in a video. I've been there for key parts of his success in the beginning. You know, high school tours, I would play on a high school tour. And even though the young adults didn't know him the first time, by the time we got to the second and third time, they knew who he was. And, you know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, a lot of maturing has happened, a lot of healing has happened. And, you know, he still does him and I still do me. But from my side, I realized, you know what I mean, I tainted a friendship that was genuine, not knowing. You know, I should have said, hey, bro, they want me to do this interview with somebody that you don't like. You know, I always looked at it like the paper round CMG. You know, when you're on radio, you're taught to be unbiased. So I would have to do an interview with Yo Gotti, and I had to do an interview with Young Dolph. Hell, I had them in the radio station at the same time, and it was very tensions flaring.
That's during that 2016, 2017?
2017. Yeah.
2017.
So, you know, as far as the baby's concerned, I'm happy that he's finding his groove again. I'm happy he's having fun. And I'm going to always support it. You get what I'm saying? But, you know, immaturity, ego, and just different point of view separated us. But I think we're at that point, especially after, you know, we shook hands as men. I apologized as a man for letting my friend down, you know, so that's where we at with that. But that's still my brother. If I ever see him needing help or if he ever requests anything, his doors are always open, you know what I'm saying?
See, he know the baby, he know everybody, man. He know everybody. What you think about these extensions, like these expansion teams coming to the NBA?
I think it's dope. It creates more job opportunity for people coming up. Basketball has easily become one of the most popular sports in the world right now. We're seeing it with the Euro League. We're seeing it with all these international leagues now that, the NBA is smart for that. The only thing is, it's just like why Charlotte lost the CIAA basketball tournament. People have to go to the games, and I think one of the leading teams that is able to change that is the Clippers. Clippers and Clippers and Falcons in the sports world actually care about the consumer, where people want to go back out now. For you to get a hot dog in a lot of places, you're paying close to $14. When you go to a Falcons game or a Clippers game, it's only like $3, $4. So you get a lot more crowd engagement than having empty seats and charging a premium on so many other prices.
I think he did a good job with taking over the Clippers and just turning that whole thing around.
For sure, but the Clippers are always going to be like baby brother to the Lakers, and I hope the Clippers do good. I think it's time for them to, but we shall see.
Yeah, I thought that Darius Garland, that was a good direction for them. But
for sure.
But you don't like Jordan?
Yeah, I love Jordan.
You think he the GOAT?
Yeah, of course.
You don't think LeBron the GOAT?
I'm saying LeBron's a GOAT in his own right. Like there's not one thing where it's like, oh, one person better than the other.
Yeah.
We're talking about different type of physicality when Jordan was playing that, a lot of things that LeBron does, Jordan's not going to do. You wouldn't see Jordan on the floor wincing. Yeah. That was just not his pedigree.
You're right. Jordan was competitive, definitely competitive.
Like, even when he was hurt, you saw that in Kobe. With LeBron, it's like he gets in the head. Granted, he is 40.
Yeah, he is. And it's what he's doing at 40.
Yeah, it's amazing. Is Michael Jordan a GOAT? Absolutely. But is LeBron James? Absolutely.
Definitely. You got a top 5 NBA players all the time? Like,
top 5, if I was to say my top 5.
Your top 5. Not a top 5, but yours.
My top 5, I'm going to go from the big men all the way down. Okay. My top 5 for centers, Shaq. My number 4, Tim Duncan. My number 3, I'll put LeBron at. My number 2, let me get that back. I'm going to put Kobe at 3, Jordan at 2, LeBron at 1.
Okay.
If I had a top 5 lineup, I had to go with.
Okay. Yeah. I think Shaq is the best. I know people be putting Kareem.
Well, he's the most dominant.
Yeah,
he's the most, and you got to remember that's somebody that we've actually seen play.
Facts.
And we're not talking about the off-court stuff that all of them do. However, it's pretty dope.
Facts.
That Tim Duncan, he gets overlooked so much, and he's accomplished so much with so little.
I think, to me.
And I'm not a Tim Duncan fan.
Me neither. I won't either because he kept eliminating my favorite
Exactly.
player. Yeah, so I was like, but now I feel like his career aged well. Like you look at it now.
For sure. You could easily put Dirk in there. The only reason why I put Tim Duncan over Dirk, because I'm talking about prime.
Okay.
Prime Tim Duncan played defense. Prime Tim Duncan got the rebounds, got everything you needed. So, Tim Duncan
had great teammates too.
100%, but that's still the big fundamental. He was always the most reliable.
Definitely.
You knew what you was getting out of him.
Everybody was scared of Tim Duncan in the playoffs.
Yeah, so if you put LeBron in or if you put Kobe in at the 3, you got a 3D player on the court. You got Jordan, who's a perfect shooting guard in the fold. And you got LeBron at the 1 being a general.
Yeah, man, Tim Duncan is definitely overlooked. I wish people gave him his respect more. So you got the celebrity game coming up in the season.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely excited.
Bro.
I'm definitely excited. Me and my team have been working very hard on it. To do a basketball game at a place that has never seen anything like this. They don't know what to expect. Heck, part of me is like, I don't know what to expect. However, for the past couple of years when I've been doing it, calling up friends and getting them out to the game, one of the real reasons why I did this game in the beginning was because I see a lot of these artists that I deal with go to the clubs and make their money go home. they go to a concert. You know, a lot of those places little kids can't go to.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? Because whether it's people smoking or drinking in that atmosphere, or not even that, the time, it's like too late. It's like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Some may be on a school night.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? So, or the parents can't enjoy themselves properly. But what's something that kept everybody together, and that's the world of sports. No matter where you go, you're going to have someone that has a favorite team, whether it's soccer, cricket, hockey, baseball, basketball, football, American football. People love competitiveness. And for the last couple of years, we've been doing very, very good with it. 2 years ago, we did it at West Charlotte High School. And for us to pull that off with no fights, no car break-ins, it just goes to the appreciation of the people that come to the game, that it's like, man, everybody's accounted for. Everybody has their family there. There's even the YNs got their aunts and uncles there. You know, so for me, that's like, you know, the hipsters get along with the hood guys, and the hood guys get along with the school guys, and the school guys get along with the cool guys, and the cool guys get along. You know, it's a melting pot that, you know, we're still able to keep the hip-hop culture forward in a positive light.
Okay. I definitely feel that we got to have a lot more stuff for the kids, because it's all like...
Well, there's really nowhere for them to go outside of like a Panthers game or a Hornets game or Dave and Buster's. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
And this year we wanted to like acknowledge our state champions of the city. We got West Charlotte boys team all pulling up. We got Malik Creek's girls team, North Met girls team. Wow. We're giving a Lifetime Achievement Award to Stephen Joyner Jr., who's a 25-year coach at John C. Smith, who has the gym named after him. We're Muzzy Bogues receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award, all on the behalf of my uncle who passed away, Julian Miller, who was a leading pioneer in basically the Negro Basketball League back in the day. So as much fun as it is, like I do my high school tours, there's a hidden agenda in everything I do, and that's really black and brown community excellence, bringing everybody together, and just having a good time, having laughters, having cheers.
And I see you just brought up West Charlotte, Kahari Coleman.
Love him.
5-star recruit.
Love him.
Sophomore year.
Shout out to his grandpa, Coach CJ, who prior to his passing, he was actually working at my daughter's school at JMA. Okay. So Coach CJ, in case you don't know, one of the most, how can I say it? Coach CJ was definitely one of the most unselfish people that you've met in the basketball circuit. He didn't care about anything else except for young adults getting better. Wow. So if you never had the opportunity to meet him, you missed out. However, you're seeing it with his legacy with Kahari. I was actually talking to my cousin. He was like, remember the little kid that used to be in the gym? Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah. He was like, that's him. I was like, oh.
Wow, it was like an eye-opener.
Yeah, 100%.
It's crazy, bro. He is legit nice. And this is sophomore year, so he got 2 more years of being a 5-star.
Man, I was having a conversation with him literally after the state championship game. They come back to West Charlotte. He's hanging out. And I was just like, yo, you know, you got something good for yourself. I think he had just found out he was getting offered from Florida State.
Wow.
And, you know, I got a chance to talk with his dad. Just a great young man. You know, I'm always playing devil advocate. I'm like, hey, man, you got to work on your conditioning. You know what I mean? Like, I know you don't know me, but work on your conditioning, brother. Like,
keep pushing him, like, make him feel like he got to work at something more.
But he's an amazing talent, and from what I gathered, an amazing person. But, you know, we've seen this time after time with so many other players that, you know, you don't want him to make those same mistakes.
So who do you think is some of the best basketball players that came out of the Carolinas? Well, Charlotte.
Are we talking pros or just?
Like pros, they could have went overseas. They could have, you know what I'm saying, had a little stint in the NBA.
You know, I was always a Charlotte and North Carolina high school fan. I wasn't able to play because I got I got suspended from school too many days for fighting. That's how me and Dababy met. But some of the best basketball players out of North Carolina that I've seen with my own eyes: JT Terrell, PJ Harrison, Reggie Bullock, Ian Miller, Kennedy Meeks, Dante Clark, John Wall, Hannah Pereira was amazing at United Faith. Griffin Shaw. Oh man, there was this dude that played ball at Myers Park named Griffin Shaw. He was like Curry before Curry. You know, Steph, Seth. Seth was actually, Seth.
I believe it.
Seth was good, and you know, there's so many other people that I know if they see this clip, they're gonna be like, "Why you ain't shout me out? You forgot about me." But I'm just talking about in my era. Damon Brooks, amazing. Travis McKay, amazing. You know, those are the guys that I've seen.
Thanks. So back to the Hornets thing real quick. You didn't work with them a lot too. So how was that working with them?
It's weird with the Hornets. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get a job with them. You know, like, come on, Seth, man, give me the job. He know what Seth I'm talking to. But, you know, the Hornets are a great franchise. I get why I wouldn't get the look because I feel like, you know, I'm a lot younger and also a lot edgier. I'm also what they call a high risk because of the nightclubs. However, I think I do a very fair job. Like,
and you do what, stats?
Stats, aura as of now, but my background has been working tremendously with a lot of different venues. And I feel like black business owners in Charlotte take a big hit, especially with the public and social media. Like, black business owners, I worked with everyone directly. No manager, no nothing. I've worked with every business owner because that's what my degree is in event management. You know, Johnson & Wales, sports entertainment,
it's
event
crazy,
management.
bro. I feel like a lot of, I wouldn't say because you was very successful, but there's a lot of people that's growing and came out of Johnson & Wales. Like,
well, for sure. You know, we look at a lot of the bakeries right now, a lot of the breweries. A lot of people don't even know, like, majority of them are Johnson & Wales alumni or Johnson & Wales students. So
I believe it. I had got recruited. So basically, I was going to go there for cooking, and then I was like, let me do sports management. And then once I...
You ain't like those labs. Them labs are like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it
4
was
hours
insane,
or something
bro.
like that.
I could not focus. It was just too much. Like I told you, I came from a small part of Virginia that's...
They recruit a lot out of Virginia, Emporia and whatnot.
That's where I'm from. South Hill, Clarksville, Shea City, Boynton. So I'm from that area. Yeah, I had a cooking coach. He was like, "We gonna go take a trip to Johnson & Wales." So I took the trip. I got out here. I was like, "Bro, I'm not going back home ever again." Like,
you get that experience in downtown Charlotte, it could do that to you from a smaller market.
And that's where I started at. I lived there for like 2 years, CVT.
City View Towers. Yeah, I'm the reason why there's a lot of rules on over there. Back in the day, you didn't have to sign in to go to the dorm rooms. Wow. You could just walk around, but we used to walk around 10, 20 deep and then have a party. We had tons of parties.
We're going to definitely talk off camera about that.
Tons of parties.
Look, I was doing the same thing. I know you know Fiji Boy, D-Lo, the DJ. We threw hella parties.
We was a little bit before your era, but we the reason why y'all got a lot of rules.
So you the standard like that. You the standard of why we was really like acting wild. Like,
100%. I got there. When I got there, there's a promoter in Charlotte named Coach the Ken Dog.
Okay.
While I was on my way out, he was on his way in, and he was following, shadowing, and just picking up and finding his lane. And I'm very happy for him. That's another Johnson & Wales. PME Prince, another Johnson & Wales. So we're all over Charlotte, whether it's nightlife or whether it's anywhere, any stratosphere.
Facts. But man, tell these guys where about the celebrity game, where to get tickets. And all
man,
that
listen.
Go ahead and let them know, bro.
Let me look at the camera right quick.
Gotcha.
If you're not at the celebrity game with your child and you are a parent, please do not come to the game. Make sure you bring your child to the game. This game is not just for you adults. It's also for the young adults. And, you know, bridging the gap, having something fun to do. You know, for years, as a dad, I had to find out things to do with my child. What's the cool things to do? This is one of the cool things. And also you get to have fun as well. There's going to be tons of giveaways, tons of surprise guests that I can't even say yet, but just know this is somewhere you want to be. April 12th, doors open up at noon. UNC Charlotte. We got Muggsy Bogues. We got Brent. Oh.
Well, you was about to say, go ahead, drop it on my joint.
We got a lot of surprise guests, and yeah, get ready for it.
Yeah, guys, look, like, share, subscribe to Ty Talks Podcast 1. More content. Peace out.